So good morning, NLCF. My name is Aislin Campbell. I'm a sophomore studying biology. And before I get into it, I just want to preface this with if there's anything that you have any questions about or you want to hear more about, I would love to share because there's a lot that's going unsaid. You'll definitely get the main point and the highlights, but again, it's just the highlights. It's not the whole movie. So here we go. One day, last fall, I was in class, and I had gotten a text from my mom saying something along the lines of, "Call me later when you get the chance." I didn't really think much of it because my mom and I call each other a lot throughout the week. So when I got out of class, I was walking back to my dorm, and I returned her call. She picked up, and the call started with the typical updates of, how's class, how's the family, what are you up to this week? But at some point she said, "Well, Ace, I have some news. I had a mammogram that's just a routine screening in case they find something, and they found a small mass on my chest, and it's a small tumor." I froze, and the person walking behind me almost ran into me. My eyes immediately welled up, and I said, trying so hard to keep my voice from breaking, "Mommy, what do you mean?" She said, "Ace, I have stage 1 breast cancer," and I almost dropped the phone right there in the middle of Eggleston Quad. That was the day that my world stopped, and I had never felt fear as crippling or as overwhelming as I did in that moment. I knew that transitioning to college could be difficult, but it was never even a thought that I would get a phone call from my own mom telling me that she had been diagnosed with cancer. When that call ended, she said, "I love you, Ace," and I responded, "I love you so much, Mommy." We hung up, and I cried the entire walk back to my dorm room, lay in bed clutching my pillow pet, and just cried for a while. And this was in October of last year. It was really difficult to talk about my mom's cancer with others at first because there was no one in my immediate proximity who I had known for very long, much less who knew my mom. It turned out that one of my friends in my dorm had seen her grandmother battle breast cancer, so it was a real blessing to talk with her, and our friendship was really deepened through that. The Lord is still giving me opportunities to share about my mom, which He makes very clear to me. Just recently, I got to share with a friend about how my faith in God impacted how I processed my mom's cancer diagnosis. And she's a friend who practices Islam, which was really special and is a conversation that I hope to continue with her. Something that also happened recently was fall retreat. On Friday night, we were asked to make a photo album of pictures that represented joy, and there was one picture that I had saved recently that by far took the cake, so to speak. It was a picture of my mom ringing the bell at the hospital to signify that she had finished her last round of radiation. On February 7th, 2023, my mom's treatment ended, and it is with incredible joy and praise to God that I can tell you that she is now cancer-free. Philippians 1:6 says, "For God began a good work in you, and I am sure that He will continue it until the day it is completed. That will be on the day that Christ Jesus returns." This is probably my favorite verse in the Bible, and I repeat this to myself a lot, but its message remains just as incredibly powerful. God was not done with my mom, and I cannot thank Him and praise Him enough for giving me my mom back. Cancer was her battle, but we all have our own battles. You may be sitting here today worrying about what the future will look like or a decision that you need to make. You may be sitting here ashamed or regretting a decision that you've already made or a decision that you continue to make. You may be sitting here grieving the loss of something or someone in your life. Or you may have gotten a phone call similar to mine where someone has shared news that has just absolutely wrecked you. My heart breaks for all of you who are struggling right now. I want to tell you that your fear, anxiety, shame, grief, and hurt are part of your story, and they should not be minimized. But just because they are part of your story does not make them the final word over your life. My mom's cancer is an important part of her story and our family's story. But it became a story of victory and not a story of pain. The true ultimate victory over my life, over my mom's life, and over your life is won by Christ and Christ alone. No battle is too hard or too far gone for Him to redeem and to demonstrate His incredible glory, not even death itself. My name is Aislin, and thank you for listening to my Snapshot.